We're going to start with some good soil. One of the tricks of the trade that I've learned over the last couple years, if you have a bigger combo pot that you're going to use, you always want to have a hole in the bottom for drainage. And you always want to use something in the bottom of your pot for drainage. And a little secret that we have learned is a great use for styrofoam peanuts. If you have a really heavy pot that you're planting, say one of stone or concrete, these are really nice to put in the bottom, a layer for drainage, and it doesn't make your pot any heavier. Or like a small pot, if you wanted to weight it down a little bit, you could use just regular stone also.
The other question I have for you as far as the bottom of the pot is concerned is, do you necessarily have to have a tray underneath to hold that moisture as well?
Absolutely
or can it just run
not.
off?
It can just run off. If it's outside, it can run off. The only way a tray would help you is if you wanted to water a little extra. If you were going to be gone for a few days and weren't going to be there to water it, you could water it and let water stand in the tray. But normally you wouldn't want to let water stand in the tray like that.
Very good.
Okay, we've got our little extended fertilizer here. And another product I wanted to mention that's really good, speaking of watering, if you're one of those people that kind of has a tendency to forget to water, these are water crystals, and what they do is they plump up like Jello when you water it. So you can mix some of these down in your soil, and every time you water, those plump up and retain a little more water for you, so your plants can go a little bit longer in between waterings.
Can you overwater some of these plants?
Yes, you can, and that's one of the biggest mistakes I think that people make. You need to check your pot before you water it. Either pick up by weight or stick your finger in the soil to see if you feel moisture. And normally what we do here is we wait till the plants have a tendency to dry down on the top. So you want to see dry soil before you water.
Excellent.
And not make it so heavy.
Excellent, good tip.
Okay, we're going to put our combo pot together here, and what we're putting in the center is called a spike. Kind of gives you a little bit of height in the middle. And then on the sides, we're going to put a couple of geraniums. Here again, you want kind of your plants to be level with the soil. You don't want to get them too deep and pile the soil up around the top of them.
As you're putting in these different types of plants, what's the longevity? What can you expect out of both the hanging plant and the combo pot?
Well, if you take
Plants.
care of them in the proper way, you should expect to have them around most of the summer. Most of the combo pots I have at my house are usually there till we get a frost, or if I get tired of watering and we get into a drought and I decide I don't want to water anymore, but they should last throughout the summer. But it's very important that you go to your local garden center and ask questions, and usually there's very knowledgeable people there to help you if you don't have a lot of success with doing this yourself.
Excellent.
Okay, the next thing we're going to do is just a couple bedding annuals. That helps to keep the price down a little bit if you're watching your pennies, which a lot of people are these days. So if you just want to use the bedding plants, usually come in like tray packs of multiple plants, and they're a little less expensive. And you can create a nice combo pot with these plants too.
Are there certain plants with regards to the combo pots that would attract critters, animals, stray dogs, stray cats? Are there plants that we need to stay away from that might attract
Cats and
stray
dogs
animals?
or stray animals? No, not really. Most people ask what they can do to attract butterflies or hummingbirds, and we do sell a lot of annuals that attract those insects that are pretty to us, and birds.
Yeah.
But usually, no, I can't think of anything that attracts dogs or cats.
Very good.
So we've got that in, all of our flowers in place, and there again we just fill in with soil, fill in the holes. And then another trick that we've learned also is when you're doing a bigger pot is to cover the top of the pot with a layer of some kind of mulch.